Alrighty, once you get all 8 of your perimeter bolts out, and by the way, this passenger side, those 4 over here are tighter than a Dick's hat band. They're just hard to get to, so you're going to have a long transmission extension to get to them. But once you get them out, you can see the transmission's loose. Be sure you do strap the transmission down to your jack, especially if you're doing this by yourself like I am. And it just keep it from falling on your head or rolling over and tearing up a good transmission or tearing up a good head, like my head. Alright, got the transmission out about as far as it needs to be brought out to change this clutch slave cylinder out. Hang my light up, but as you can see, well, maybe not. See all the your brake fluid, hydraulic fluid leaking out of this cylinder here, out of your slave cylinder. That will cause the complaint that this customer experienced. He got in it one morning and his brake or clutch pedal just went to the floor and didn't depress the clutch at all. What happens is this: when you push the clutch pedal in, it causes this piston to move outward, disengaging your pressure plate from your clutch disc. So you can change gears or whatever you need to do. And all you do now is remove those 2 13mm bolts, pull the cylinder off, bolt your new one on there, and reverse procedure to install. Pretty much that easy. This is a pretty easy repair actually on this Viper. Alright, while I've got the trans out, I'm going to show you a quick overview on bleeding the slave cylinder. Well, pretty much you bleed it just about like you would any brake system. You make sure your reservoir and your master cylinder is topped up. You get somebody to depress the clutch pedal several times at first, and then once then have them hold the pedal down just like a brake. Crack this well, this tube loose here. There's actually Allen or 6-point socket on this side you can put on it and break it loose just like you would any other bleeder screw, and repeat that process till you get no air coming out of it, and you've got a bled clutch hydraulic system, and you should be ready to go. Alright, sitting in the Viper, got everything put back together. Got the hydraulic system bled on the clutch. Clutch operation's great. When you have the shifter loose on the transmission, this whole shifter assembly can rotate. If your shifter isn't pointed in the right direction, instead of making the adjustment down there, which you don't want to try and do because you'll never get it right, it'll take you 20,000 times doing it, just take the leather shifter boot, slide it down, and there's a jam nut there at the very bottom. Loosen that jam nut, rotate the shifter where you want it clocked, tighten the jam nut back up, voila! It's that easy, guys. Don't overwork yourself trying to do it down there from underneath. And another few things you might want to be aware of on a Viper: the hood release is not in the car. It is actually under the bumper. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's this lever right here, under the bumper, right in front of the air conditioning condenser. And of course, here's your master cylinder reservoir. It just takes regular old DOT-free brake fluid for the clutch hydraulic, so nothing special, no DOT-4 or nothing like that. And guys, that's pretty much it. Now it's time for the test drive. Let's try that. She runs alright, but she sounds like shit. Well, that's pretty fun to drive. If you can't take this thing out on a Saturday night and get some pussy, you're shit out of luck. taker out here. Six-speed, pretty tight shifter on it. I mean, it drives pretty good. Better than my little Honda. Little sideways action.